In this video, we're going to cover what's needed to create that skeleton structure that every strategy needs to run in BacktestJS. We're going to cover TypeScript versus JavaScript, the actual code that's needed to create the skeleton structure, some rules that are needed when writing a strategy, and a high-level overview of the backtest helpers that are available when writing a strategy. Let's start with this TypeScript versus JavaScript. The entire code base was written in TypeScript. It's advised to use TypeScript instead of JavaScript for many different reasons. If you don't know what TypeScript is, you can take a quick look online. For the most part, it's just a wrapper to JS, and most of your JS code will work within TypeScript. If you still choose to write a strategy in JavaScript over TypeScript, let's go over that process. First thing you're going to need to do is run npm run make.js. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit there. And upon running that command, it will create a new folder, this dist folder for us. Okay, and basically what that happened there was all the TypeScript that was written is converted into JavaScript. So if we take a look in our source, we can see that this is our TypeScript place. And if we go to strategies, we have our TypeScript written files. To get the same destination as source for JavaScript, we can take a look at dist, strategies, and here's the same JavaScript. If we take a look at the actual file, it's not so easy to read as this was converted with a program. Let's take a look at our source again and that same file but written in TypeScript. And just to kind of show how simple the difference is between the TypeScript and JavaScript, I'm going to paste that in. Let's go zoom out a little bit. Now as you can see in our IDE, the only error showing is this type here. So we can just get rid of importing the type and calling this type. Alright, so now our JavaScript file will run the same as our TypeScript file. Okay, this is why I advise writing in TypeScript, because for the most part it should just work the same as your JavaScript. Great. Running the actual application is run doing npm run start. Okay, and oops. That starts our application, but that starts our application in the TypeScript mode. So let's go ahead and end that. And if we run this again, but start JS, it will start our application, but in the JavaScript mode. Great. So the next thing we're going to cover is that actual skeleton code. So let's take a look at one of our strategies written in TypeScript. And this is the actual strategy, everything within here, so we can get rid of that. And now, for the most part, it's the import and indicator as well, so we can get rid of that. And now we're looking at the skeleton structure that's needed to write any strategy. If you're writing in TypeScript, you're going to have to call this this type, this BTH type, and then use it for the BTH param. When calling this function, you must name the name of the function to the exact name of the file. This is a mandatory rule, and we'll cover that more inside of the rules. This BTH here is backtest helpers, and it contains a lot of different data and functions, such as the by_self function and various candle data. Let's go back. Now that we covered our skeleton code and the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript, let's look at some of the rules. The file must exist inside of our source strategy for TypeScript and dist strategies for JavaScript, as we kind of showed before. Right? We have our dist folder and our source folder for TypeScript and JavaScript. Cool. The function name must match the file name. As said before, this name here must be exactly the same name over there, and it, of course, done in JavaScript. The only difference is that this will end in .js. You must import the backtest helpers. Okay, so if JavaScript, you will only import here without defining it with a type. And if TypeScript, you will have to, of course, use it with the BTH type. Okay, this is the only param, so just a repeat. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back to the actual strategy. You can see that we're actually using this BTH function to call various things, such as the candles and the buy and sell over here. The BTH helpers contains candle data and the buy and sell, as said before, as well as order book stuff and the various params that can be defined and called within the CLI. Great. This covers the skeleton structure of what's needed to create that strategy within BacktestJS. Thank you so much for watching. Please give a like, comment, subscribe. We're constantly adding new videos with new strategies and their results with multiple parameters, covering traditional stock, crypto, many different time intervals, to really see if that strategy is a winner across the board. So don't forget to subscribe and not miss out on any of these new videos coming out.